Welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. And here we are today. It's Sunday, April 11th, 2021. And any one of you who've been watching on a regular basis knows that today's an amazing day because there's a lot of energy going on. We're going to tap into that energy in just a moment. So before I dive into this amazing show that we have going on, I want to remind you to share, like, and comment. Those of you who are here live with me, by doing the share, the like, and comment, you're getting your name in the raffle giveaway 3 times today. But do come back and write that you shared so I know that you did, because unfortunately I can't see it when you do. So share, like, and comment on today's show. Secondly, if in case you've missed any episodes, now make a note, we were not on live last Sunday because of Easter, so you didn't miss anything last week, but you might have missed the shows before. And if you did, you can catch us on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and also YouTube. And for those of you who might have missed 2 weeks ago's episode, we had the amazing follow-up from Eliza Bloom Robertson with Gail Nicholson based on the quantum frequency follow-up. I definitely know you want to go and check out that show to see what took place and how Gail benefited from that amazing session. And I got a lot of feedback from our viewers whom also benefited as well, which is one of the major reasons for why I share healing segments on my show is because when we think about energy is not about something that you have to be literally next to one another to experience the benefits of it, which is why it's so important to know that by watching today's show or going back and watching a previous show that's a healing session, you too can benefit from that session as well, which makes healing energy so powerful because, again, it doesn't have to literally be a hands-on practice. Distant practice is just as beneficial as hands-on practice. So again, just go and check out the shows on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. And I went on a little fast on that. It's actually 3 different platforms: Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. So with all that being said, how are we all doing today? Let's dive into giving a little shout out to all of the advertising sponsors who make this show possible week after week after week. And there's a list. As usual, we have Kendrick Greer, who's our astrologer. You're definitely going to want to connect with him after I share today's cosmic information with you. Then we have Tamara Collins, who's our marketing strategist and also social media manager. Now, if you are like myself, you definitely want to connect with her to get all your social media platforms in order so you can be targeting the right audience. Then, of course, as mentioned, we had Eliza Bloom Robertson, who's our transformational catalyst. And he's back again, Dr. Robert Garcia, who's the warrior strategist. Then we also have Natad Bradbury, who's our guest today. He is our founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, following Nick Rafter, who is our writer, journalist, and editor, and real estate agent. So if you need any editing work done, or if you're looking for that new apartment or new home, reach out to Nick Rafter for that information. So now that we have all the business stuff out of the way, oh, one more business thing. I want to give a big shout out to Bobby, behind the scenes, who makes all of this possible. Without him, there would not be a show. So big shout out to him. He knows I love him. Anyway, let's talk about today's energy. Today's energy, as mentioned, today's the 11th. Now, any of you know anything about numerology, and if you don't, you're going to learn about it today, at least a little bit about it. 11 is a master number, carries a really high vibration and frequency. When you think about 11 and you add those 2 numbers up, they actually add out to 2. It carries the meaning of partnerships, relationships, friendships, contracts of all sort, but it has a much higher frequency as to mastering the healing in partnerships today. And that's the energy of just the date itself without actually adding up the month and the year. So we're just going to stay focused on that for right now. I also want to bring to your attention that Today we have a new moon. Again, two of my favorite things in one day. Oh, I'm excited and very happy about this. Gets me really excited when we have moon energy and a master number energy in the same day. So with this new moon energy, it is an Aries energy. Aries is the element of fire, which means action, motivation, getting things done, putting things in motion, one foot in front of the next. And that's what today's energy is about. We've been feeling this energy for the last 72 hours, and we're going to continue to feel this energy for the next 72 hours, because in total, we have about a 7-day period that we feel new moon or full moon energy. Now, any of you out there who are interested in joining me this evening for the Magical Moon Ritual Ceremony, you can. Take place tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. There's no flyer on this, though. You'll just have to take that information down. Again, that's the Magical Moon Ritual Ceremony at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If that's something you're interested in participating in, just put in the comments that you'd like to join, and I'll send you all the information before the evening is up. And the investment for that is $33. And we only have it twice a month to honor the new moon or full moon energy, as tonight is the new moon in Aries. Now, what I also like to share very quickly is letting you also know that we currently have 5, and I said 5, planets in Aries energy. And by now, you all know that anytime we have more than 2 planets in one astrological sign, that means there's a lot of energy going on. So here are the planets. If you want to grab a pen and paper, here are the planets. We have Chiron, who's our planet of the wounded inner child. Okay, so that means there's going to be action to let go, not so much about doing the healing work anymore, but letting go of those wounds. Then we have Venus, planet of love, partnership, love, money, and relationships. A lot of emphasis on relationships. The sun, which is all about the ego and also the spiritual realms coming together. Mercury, the planet of communication. And then, as I mentioned, the moon. How are you feeling today? Those 5 planets all sitting in Aries energy. Aries is the element of fire, so that means action, motivation, one foot in front of the other. Let's get things done. So I'm going to shake up the cards and see what chakra we need to focus on. One of the cards just flew out of the deck. It's on the floor. I'll have to get that later, and I'll share that card with all of you later on. I'll put it in the comments because I don't want to bend down to get it right now. Probably take me too long to do that. So let's see what other card's going to pop out. Hopefully it won't fly out. And this is to let us know what chakra we need to work on for today to be in this amazing energy so we can benefit from this energy. There'll also be a number that's a hidden message and an affirmation that you can use to help keep your vibration high. Damn it, this card is showing up again. For all of you who are watching today's show, this is about a Reiki treatment. Now, with this card today, anyone who's interested in receiving this Reiki treatment, as this card is what it is, it's letting you know we all need a Reiki treatment to be aligned to this amazing energy. I'm going to be offering for all the viewers today who are watching, you're going to get this Reiki treatment for $22. $22 for today. And I heard a different number. And that number is $11. $11 is what it is for today. So if you're interested in taking advantage of a Reiki treatment based on today's card, you have only today, 24 full hours to take advantage. It's $11 for the Reiki treatment. So go ahead and put in the comments, or you can email healingwithin76@gmail.com and put down $11, and I'll send you the PayPal link. The numbers are all about potential and choices. The chakra is the heart, which is associated with how we feel. And that's the card for today. I'm kind of interested to see what card fell on the floor, but I'll have to get that later. Anyway, again, just to recap very quickly, and then we're going to take a commercial break. If you've missed the show from 2 weeks ago, remember to go and watch it on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or even YouTube. And that we had our amazing Eliza Bloom Robertson with Gail Nicholson. They did a follow-up based on the quantum frequency session. With that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just joining, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I will introduce my guest in just a minute. Just want to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show so you can take advantage of the raffle giveaway that we'll be talking about in a little while. And just want to recap on today's card that showed up. And interesting enough, I think if you watch today's show and stay with us, you'll get a lot of this healing going on from what's going to take place in a little while. So know that this is all about the heart center, which is a great day for it with all the energy that's going on between those 5 planets in Aries and today's new moon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let me introduce to you my amazing guest that's been here more times than I can count and has shared so much information with each and every one of us who's been here before. And if you are new to the show, just hang in there. If you want to grab pen and paper, do so. And we're going to dive right in. So welcome, Natan Bradbury. How are you today?
Hey, Joanne. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be back on your show again. I'm excited, really excited.
So am I. So you are going to be doing what we call chi manipulation today, yes?
It's something I've termed it, right? We all have chi flowing through us, right? It's life force energy, some prana, nefesh, right? In Chinese medicine, it's known as chi, right? It's the life force energy that circulates through our body, right? So what I've learned I'm able to do is I'm able to move it around to facilitate healing, to open up different emotions, any sort of blockages, right? So that's something that I do. Typically, don't do it in public. It's usually very private, so this is a little bit different, but I'm still excited.
Yes, yes. Well, it's really interesting, and I'm glad you said that usually you don't do this in public and it is usually private. Because for many sessions, I mean many healing sessions, it is a very private practice for the client and the healer. It's a private thing. It's not something that we sort of open up to the world for everybody to see what's going on at the time. And just so our viewers have an understanding, based on what's taking place on today's show, Natan and our volunteer, Nick Rafter, had an opportunity to chat before today's show to get to know a little bit about each other and for Natan to know exactly what Nick's elements are. I'm going to use that, elements or concerns that he may have that Natan's going to help him with. Because some of the information that the healer does get from the volunteer is a little personal, and sometimes it's not something they really want to share publicly. So just to let you all as the viewers understand that there was some behind the scene information going on that you guys are not aware of. But I'm sure that Natan and Nick will share a little bit briefly about it so that you as the viewers won't be confused. So Natan, in regards to, besides the chi manipulation being private, And of course, Nick receiving it today. As the viewers, what kind of benefit can they expect to receive from today, if any?
Sure. So typically it's very much one-on-one, right? So the method I use is I call it going into the quantum field, right? So for our viewers, if you're familiar with quantum physics at all, it's the world of infinite potential, right? So everything's present, everything's there, right? And so by accessing that, you can access chi. There's all kinds of things you can do, right? But in terms of the benefit of our viewers, I think they'll leave today with an understanding what it is, and maybe a little bit more knowledgeable, right? It's very personal. It's very much one-on-one. Um, Very rarely does it push out to expand beyond just the individual, right?
Okay.
But still, they'll definitely reap the benefits of the positive energy that's flowing.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because the information I was offering earlier, because, my mind, it's like, okay, energy's energy and everyone's going to feel this. So maybe not so true today, but that's okay. That's
Okay.
all good. That's all good. Now, in regards to when you do get ready to do the work with Nick, just to give me a little understanding, when you're doing the work with Nick today, is a lot of it based on silence, or is there going to be a lot of like conversation between the two of you?
It's absolute silence. So basically, the way I do it, I close my eyes, I go into a meditative state, I ascend very quickly, move into the quantum field, and then I look at what's called the astral body, right? So I look at the body, then I can see the chi flowing, which, by the way, I think the viewers would be interested to know, and I had it confirmed independently, the color of your chi. So everyone, there is a color to your chi, and it is a glowing blue turquoise.
Ooh.
So anytime that you see that color, that could kind of remind you of what chi energy is.
Now, does that color alter at all if, in fact, the person's energy is not aligned?
Absolutely, that's perfect. I'm glad you asked that. So what I have seen is if there's a block in a certain area, and when I mean a block, chi energy is typically flowing, right? In a normal state, it should be constantly flowing from head to toe, right? It should be constantly flowing. There are cases where it's blocked and it's stopped, and I'll notice, or my attention will be directed to a particular area because of the glowing red, right? So when
It's flowing red, you said?
it glows red.
Oh, wow.
And so depending on what's going on, sometimes it's a very quick to manipulate it and get the chi flowing again. Sometimes it takes a while. It kind of depends. So if I'm in a meditative state for more than 30 minutes, just let me know today.
So I can say to you in the session during your meditative state that, okay, Natasha, we have to take a commercial break. Gotcha. Good to know that. Yes. Now, while you're in the meditative state, what exactly is Nick Rafter going to be doing while you're in a meditative state?
So what I have typically seen, and I told you this before, the more relaxed the person is, the easier it is to access their chi and to make get it flowing again, right? And so that's really the goal. The goal is to bring the body to a state where the chi is in constant flowing and constant.
So now let me ask you another question. And this is going to be putting you on the spot, so my apologies for doing that. Now, with the work that you do, is this the first time you're doing a chi manipulation distantly, or have you done this before?
No. In fact, every single time has been over distance.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Good to know. Yes.
That's the other component to this too, right? If you think about the quantum field, in the quantum field there is no distance, right? There's no such thing as separation, right? So it's very easy to access that. It'd just be like I'm sitting right next to you.
Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. I love it. So what we're going to do you have anything more that you wish to share with our viewers to sort of get them to understand what's going to take place? Or do you want to just like go into a commercial break and then bring Nick on and just get this party started? Or get this healing started, rather?
I would say if the viewers are curious to learn a little bit more, right, really look at Eastern medicine, look at what the Chinese do with Qi. It's very similar to things like acupuncture and reflexology, right, without actually touch. Right? So there's zero touch. It's done. It's very similar to Reiki in that regard, right? And I'm sure the viewers are kind of familiar with Reiki. But yeah, there's zero touch after the session.
Now, I do have another question that's popping in because I'm like a ball of questions here.
Yeah.
When you were working with Nick on this manipulation, and you said originally, like if his energy is flowing, you'll be able to see all this beautiful blue turquoise energy. Now, if there is a block, now is he going to be able to see like this, let's say a blockage of that red color, or like is he going to have any awareness of that at all?
No, the only thing that he would note is being able to feel, right, in terms of what he feels in his body, right? And so sometimes some people have said that they feel sort of like a tingling sensation. It just depends. It really depends.
Now, in general, and I know this is probably not a general question at all because each person is probably very different, but in general, when you work with a client in regards to the Qi manipulation, after they've had the session with you, how soon or how much later do you do a follow-up with them to get a general idea of what's been going on with them since they've met with you?
Usually, I do an initial check-in right after, just to see how they're doing. And then probably about a week or so, a week, maybe 2 weeks, usually, to kind of check in and see if they're still having the same issue with blockages recurring. And so that's another thing to note too, that I think the viewers would be interested to know, is that stuck emotions are what create those blocks, right? So perhaps I could go in and I can manipulate that block from an energetic perspective. But if the emotion returns, the block returns. Right, so that's the other component to it too, is okay, what sort of emotions are coming up as I'm doing this work?
Interesting, very interesting. And now again, just for our viewers, just to give them an understanding that here we're going to have both Natad and Nick doing this work together today, and then they're going to be coming back on the show, I think something like 3 or 4 weeks later. So there's going to be a long time period where the two of you are not going to be working together, although I'm sure that the two of you will probably interact maybe once or twice after the show just to check in to see how he is doing. And of course, I speak to Nick all the time, so I can check in and say, hey, Nick, how you doing since that session? So yeah. So just so our viewers have an understanding of how this is going to go, how it's going to flow. But yeah, so as long as, Natad, you don't have anything more that you'd like to share with the viewers to get them prepared, then what I'd like you to do before we do take that commercial break is let the viewers know how they can reach you.
Absolutely. So there's a couple different ways to reach me. You can either contact me through my website at natanbradbury.me, or you can contact me through the Mystic Warrior Academy, and that's www.mysticwarrioracademy.com.
Awesome, awesome. All right, viewers. So again, share, like, and comment, and make sure if you're sharing, you're writing it in the comments that you shared so I'll know it. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have Nick with us. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you from San Diego, California. And if you want help developing your own income streams and entrepreneurial systems, feel free to reach out to me at dragonsgold76@gmail.com. Thanks.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR, @gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Are you ready for that breakthrough? If so, I can help. I'm Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson, Transformation Catalyst, and I support people just like you to move through into breakthrough, finding the place of empowerment and clarity about who you be and what you do. I'm offering a complimentary consultation session. Just simply email me at newhumanitynow@gmail.com, and I look forward to chatting with you.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I have two amazing guests. I have the Todd Bradbury, who is doing a healing treatment today. I'm going to call it a healing treatment. I think I want to call it that today. He's going to be demonstrating on Nick Rafter a chi manipulation for today. And those of you who are just tuning in, you might have to come back and watch it again, just get a better understanding to what a chi manipulation is. And those of you who've been with us, hang in there because this is going to be quite exciting. This is the first time I'm going to be witnessing a chi manipulation. So I'm quite interested to see how this is going to work. So Nata, do you have any final words you want to share with them before diving into this? And then Nick, you can just give us a little feedback on how you're feeling right about now once Nata shares if there's any other feedback he wants to share.
Sure. Thank you, Joanne. Honestly, I think we pretty well covered everything, right? Just to recap, chi manipulation is basically ensuring that your life force energy is constantly moving and continuing to flow properly through.
Excellent, excellent.
That's what we're
Excellent.
doing.
Perfect. And Nick, before we dive into this, how are you feeling today?
A little tired. Neighbors had a party till 4 a.m. last night, and they're
Exciting for neighbors.
they started up doing it again. That's why I closed the window. So I haven't slept well, and so I feel a little bit like groggy, I guess. I'm drinking a lot of water, so that's pretty much how I feel. I had a little headache this morning. It went away, but
All right. All right. So I am going to put this in the hands of Natad right now. I'm going to sort of sit back and see where we're going with this. It's all yours now.
Okay. All right. Nick, are you? I know you had a rough. You said you had a rough night last night. Are you in a place where you can be relaxed and comfortable?
yeah, I am.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to go into a meditative state, and then I am going to take a look and see what's going on. Your astral body. Okay. I'm seeing a few blocks already.
Are you able to share with the audience what those blocks are?
The chi isn't flowing, right? So it's not. It's flowing. I'm noticing it's flowing on one side and not on the other. Okay, so it's flowing on the left side, not blocked. It's dark. See if I can get okay, flowing in your arm again. Be stuck in your leg.
Nick, just respond to me by shaking your head. Can you feel anything that's taken place?
I actually feel like, oh, well, it died down a little bit, but I felt a lot of energy just around. It reminded me of like winds blowing in various directions really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just sort of kind of fooling with it and not resisting it. My urge was to resist it, and I just let it move.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Got some in your leg.
Again, Nick, as he's going through this, what are you feeling right now?
Lighter.
Lighter.
Yeah, there was just a weird sense of like being pushed down, and then it was just gone. And that's why I started moving my neck, head, because looser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was definitely more of a relaxed state. I could feel like cool breezes on my face now that I didn't feel before. I felt hot when I first came on.
Mm-hmm.
I felt myself kind of cool down a little bit.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Okay.
For our viewers, if anyone's just popping in, what's going on right now is a chi manipulation that Natad is demonstrating on Nick Rafter. And Natad is in a deep meditation as he's working through Nick's energy to manipulate anything that's not flowing within his system at this time. So if you just turn on the show, this is where we are in this moment.
There's a weird sort of, I don't want to say complete loss of control, but I can feel like I just started breathing, not heavily, but taking calm, deep breaths that I felt like were involuntary.
Nice. Now, those deep breaths that you just took now, is that one of those involuntary breaths?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't fight it if I tried, but
Mhm.
it wasn't like a panic or an anxiety ridden one. It was more of just like,
Ah,
it feels like there's energy that's being collected and then like flushed out,
nice.
in one big woof.
Yes.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then Todd's giving you some serious confirmation there. Yes. But Todd will probably go for another 5 minutes. This way you get a chance to like go into detail with what you're experiencing with Nick so the viewers can have a better understanding. I'll let you know when that will be.
My eyes just started spontaneously tearing.
Maybe it's part of the process of releasing.
I'm assuming
Yes.
that was really strange.
I'd always think that anytime we're doing a release, there's always going to be some emotional withdrawal from tears that show up.
Okay. Good.
Are you back with us, Nata?
Give me a moment to come back.
I didn't hear that.
But I am. Just give me a moment to come back to
Oh, yes, of course, of
reality.
course. Of course, to come fully back, sure, definitely. Definitely. So for our viewers, just again, Natad is coming out of the chi manipulation meditation that he just demonstrated on Nick Rafter here. And if you were watching Nick and some of his facial expressions and even his body language, there was a lot of energy shifting going on, at least from where I was sitting. So it's really interesting to witness this. And from what Nick was just sharing, where he had some tears coming out of his eyes, which was totally unexpected for him, and quite interesting to experience. So, Todd, how are you feeling now that you were in that meditation for a good 15, 20 minutes?
It didn't feel like it was 15, 20 minutes. It felt like it was 2.
Yes, yes. So what were you experiencing? And obviously you're manipulating Nick's chi. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was like I said, and so everyone's different, right? And so, like I said, usually what I see, it's basically I would describe it as the astral body, right? So it's not like the physical body, but it's the physical form of the body, right? And then what I see is I see the chi moving through the body. So initially, when I first came to Nick's astral body, it was blocked, right? So in fact, only the left side was flowing, and it was only his arm, his left. Everything else was, and this was different. I had seen this before. Was black. So definitely some major blocks there. So I was just working through manipulating the energy, clearing it, uh, pushing it through, trying to, as Nick said, flush it out, right, and just get everything circulating. So it sounds, at least from what I saw, we're good. Nick, you should be feeling pretty good right about
Yeah, I do
now.
very different than I did 20 minutes.
I know I hit you with a lot of energy. Hopefully you were ready for that.
Yeah, I was ready for pretty much anything, which is why I like because we've done stuff like this before, Joanne, the hypnotizing and a lot of stuff that we did in the show. So I just prepared myself for any possible outcome. But it was relatively surprising how like there was some level of loss of control.
Mm,
And to be honest, I got a little scared about that because I was like, does that include bladder control or something? And, and it's just a matter of learning to roll with it. And I think that's sort of when that started happening. The breathing happened, the yawning happened. I had to mute myself just now while you were talking because I started belching, and I was like, "Ooh, that's weird," because I haven't had anything gassy all day. And then whatever happened with my eyes, tears. It wasn't like crying; it was just like leaking,
right.
And so I just was like, "Oh, this is all energy leaving," and
Yep.
roll with it.
Yeah, and on my end, watching it and experiencing what Nick was going through and some of the things that Natad was actually speaking out when he was in his meditative state was quite interesting to watch and experience. It's like, wow, this is quite interesting. And some of the things that when Nick was experiencing, I was actually feeling in my own body. Not that I was having the experience with him, but because I do tend to be sensitive to energy, I was actually feeling it before he actually did it. And I was like, that's what that was about. So that was interesting on my end. Especially like when his eyes started tearing, I was like, oh, what the hell's going on here? I was like, hey, there's nothing sad going on. What's going on? So yeah, so that was quite interesting. And I'm sure our viewers are quite amazed on what they just experienced with this chi manipulation that that took place today. So, and the two of you are going to be back on, I believe it's like 3 or 4 weeks from now to do a follow-up. So Nick's going to have probably like 4 weeks to go through this experience that he had today. And now, Natad, for Nick, is there anything that Nick needs to be conscious of during the next 4 weeks until he meets with you again?
I would say just be mindful and aware of any changes, anything different, right? Like I said, there was a lot that I cleared out. There was a lot that I saw, and as you're just releasing energy and just letting it flow, like you said, just surrender to it.
Interesting. And Nadad, I just had a quick question regarding when you were speaking about Nick's energy, you had said that the left side was pretty much open and it was the right side that was blocked, or was it
Correct.
reverse?
Nope, it was the left side that was flowing, and the right side.
Yeah. So interesting enough, again, just for our viewers, for them to understand, when we speak about metaphysical energy in itself, the right side of the energy is associated with action and left side is the intention. So Nick, this could be a very awesome opportunity where all of a sudden you might start to notice a lot of action taken over the next couple of weeks now that Natad has cleared a lot of that energy for you. So be open to seeing where that takes you.
Okay.
So yes. So what I'd like for both of you to do, Natad first, just let the viewers know how they can reach you.
Absolutely. So you can reach me a couple of different ways. On my personal website, nathanbradbury.me, or at themysticwarrioracademy.com.
Excellent, excellent. And for our viewers, because I didn't really introduce Nick so well, Nick is our journalist, editor, and writer, and he's also a real estate agent. Real estate agent as well. So if you need any of those services, I highly recommend that you do reach out to Nick. Nick, let them know how they can reach you.
Reach me at nickrafter@gmail.com or my website, nickrafterwrites.com, where I'm probably going to be writing about this today. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely would think there's definitely something worthwhile writing about. So, Nick, do you have any final words you want to leave the viewers with based on what you experienced today?
Pay attention to energies, because I came into this not as a neophyte to this whole spiritual energy thing, because we've been working with Great Wakey for a long time. So I kind of recognized some things that I felt with specifically to energies when Natan started, but those things can be scary if you don't know what they are. So I think that, if you're open to doing something like this and you're not experienced with dealing with energies, spirituality, that kind of stuff, be open to whatever you start feeling, because it can be a little frightening. I mean, it was a little scary to feel. It was the point where I think I mentioned that I felt I was being pushed down, like restrained, but not like, terribly restrained, but still it felt a pressure. And so that would be a little scary if you don't know what that is, so just roll with it and you'll feel the improvements. I mean, it definitely felt like once that was lifted, everything lifted with it. And that feeling that I had all day of like tiredness and grogginess and like I felt heavy in the head from not sleeping was just gone. I mean, look at me like now. I'm like throwing my hands around like
You're ready to go do a marathon.
You're just gone. And also like what I thought was interesting is the after effect of it. I mean, I just drank this whole thing of water. Felt like you would, after you've done a workout, but not tired, that high that you get after you do a workout, that's kind of what it felt like immediately after you finished, because I had that like, oh, I just ran like all those, I just did like 12 miles on the treadmill, or lifted all this weights, and did this whole CrossFit routine, and so that's kind of how I feel now.
Excellent, excellent. And Natan, if you can, because I know you're offering a raffle giveaway for our viewers today. Those of course who participated by sharing, liking, and commenting. Let them know what they're possibly going to get a chance to win.
So you will actually get a chance for. We'll try to keep it to 15 minutes. No promises or guarantees. But a chi manipulation session, just like I did today.
Excellent. So again, guys, you have to be in it to win it, which means you have to share, like, and comment. And those of you who are here live, you're going to get a chance to win this raffle 3 times by sharing, liking, and commenting. But if you only comment but you don't share, it's only 1 time. So take advantage of the whole thing. Remember, if you do share, write in the comments that you shared so I know it. And those who are going to be watching this on maybe the YouTube channel or coming back and watching this later, or even Roku or Amazon Fire TV, come on back and let me know that you watched this so I know, and you'll get your name in the raffle box 1 time. So with all that being said, we are going to take a quick commercial break, but I will be the one coming back to give the conclusion of today's show. I'd like to thank both of you for being here. Nick, thanking you for being here and being so brave to do this chi manipulation session. And because as Todd mentioned, this is not something that's usually out in the open, that it's shared. So thank you for being brave enough to do this today. And Todd, thank you for sharing your gifts with our viewers, because this was an amazing session. So thank you both for being here and doing what you do best. So we're going to take that quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And even though we are in the last 5 minutes, I don't even think we have 5 minutes left to our show, you are here now live. So go ahead, tap that share, like, and comment button. What you're going to comment about, just let people know you were here. Since you don't really know what to comment about, you can definitely come back and watch the show here on Strong Island Television, or we are also on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. And remember that we are offering a raffle giveaway, which Natad is offering a 15-minute chi manipulation. Just what happened today, one of you are going to be the lucky winner for that. So as we speak about lucky winners, let me share the raffle winner from 2 weeks ago, which is offered by Eliza Bloom Robertson. She's offering a quantum frequency session. And the proud winner to that session, and I hope I get his name right, is Gerald Mishlowski. I think I got it right. And if I didn't, my apologies for screwing up your last name. But you have won a quantum frequency session with Eliza Bloom Robertson. I will go ahead and connect the two of you through Facebook and also here on the page as well. But congratulations on that. And again, just final thoughts for today. Remember, we have this amazing energy. We have our new moon, Aries. We have 5 planets in Aries right now, which is Chiron, which is our planet of the wounded child. We have Venus, the planet of love, money, and relationship. Sun, the ego and spiritual, physical, material world. Mercury, planet of communication. And the moon, how are you feeling today? So a lot going on. It's also the 11th day, which is also the master number, master healing of partnerships. So with all that being said, I wish you a blessed day. Have a great day in this energy, and whatever else you're doing for the rest of the day, remember to tune in next Sunday because I'll be back. And just a quick reminder, come join me this Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time for Joanne's Cosmic Energy radio show, as I'm going to have my amazing guest, Kendrick Greer. Oh no, that's not this week. Sorry. Scratch that out. I'll let you know who my guest is for this week, since I'm not sure who it will be. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, I will see you all next Wednesday if you care to show up at the radio show, or next Sunday, the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. But for now, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
All right, so we are in the outro.